Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Tittle Tattle Tarot. It's Georgie. And I wanted to do a reading today on Queen Camilla. And the reason that I'm doing that, I've had a total break from the royal family. I haven't looked at anything on the royal family for, it must be almost 2 months, I would have thought. I haven't looked at any news about them. I haven't looked at any information, anything about the royal family. In fact, as soon as anything's turned up in my feed, I have just not interested. I needed a total break from them. So I didn't even watch the coronation. There are things in my feed at the moment about it, and I haven't clicked on any of it. But yesterday, my husband and I were out all day long, and we had to pull into a garage to get some petrol. And at the precise moment that we pulled into the garage, he got out, filled up the car, and I just hit play on the radio, thinking that I might get some music. And the thing that came up on the radio, as soon as I hit play, it was a commentator saying that the crown had been placed on Queen Camilla's head. And it was just such a strange thing to hear. You know, I wasn't expecting that at all. And it was almost like a message to do a reading on her energy today. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I can't avoid the coronation for much longer. So I thought today would be a good time to do it. Let me just find out how Camilla felt yesterday. And I think that it was like almost like a little omen coming through the radio. Oh, please, just read on her and just see about her energy. Not interested in anybody else, just Queen Camilla. So I want to pull a card and just ask, first of all, what was her overriding thought and feeling yesterday? Ace of Pentacles. I see the Ace of Pentacles as extremely grounded, grateful, grounded energy, somewhat, probably somewhat overwhelmed by the whole thing. But this is, this is the legacy. This is the royal family just continuing on. And I think this is how she felt, that this family, now with King Charles, it will soon be passed, on at some stage to William and his family. And it is just like this pentacle just keeps growing and keeps, the family tree keeps moving on. And I think this is like the sense of history in the Ace of Pentacles, the earth, things greater than yourself. So I think she was very, very grounded in that moment of yesterday, and very aware of how very solemn and important that this was. And I think it was probably somewhat overwhelming for her. Look how big this pentacle is. Look at all the wealth and the pomp and circumstance. The material things. Pentacles are material things. And I think for this woman, she's a very down-to-earth woman, but she's also a very emotional woman. And I think that it was an incredibly big, obviously a big thing in her life. Of course it was, but she didn't underestimate how important it was, its importance. Look how huge that pentacle is. And as I say, all earthly things, all things materialistic. So yeah, very much I can see that would be the energy of the day. So I want to know how she felt health-wise. How did she feel? Was she in good health? How did her body feel? Health-wise, how was she on that day when she woke up? How did she feel? Three of Cups. Good. I don't know whether this is her women, her female staff around her, the people that she has to help her, but good, joyous. She woke up, and it wasn't so she woke up stressful. I'm sure she had stress, but there were people around her. Now, whether this is, her family, and I'm talking about, maybe her daughter and, her friends, or whether this is the staff around her, female members of staff, very much loving, encouraging energy. And in her body, she felt well. There's nothing in the Three of Cups that would say that you're in pain, or, that you don't feel well or anything like that. So physically, she felt extremely good, and she had good people around her. And I see this as women around her while she's getting ready for this day. And mentally, how did she feel? Mentally, how did Camilla feel mentally? Wheel of Fortune on top of her wheel. Yes, on top of her wheel. This is a very, very positive card. This is happening. I am ready for it. And, I'm in control of it. This is such a big thing with the Ace of Pentacles here, but I have the support of females around me who are lifting me up, and, they're helping me get ready to experience this. And the Wheel of Fortune, I think she didn't ever doubt yesterday her fortune and her position in life, and how lucky she is with her Wheel of Fortune. So let's get another card on just her general thoughts, Ten of Swords in reverse. I think this is letting go of past words, bad deeds, from whomever. You could see the swords as words, either verbal or written. This could be from her own family, and who I'm talking about. Don't even like to mention them, but the overseas couple. This can be from them. This can be from, the press, who have been very cruel to her in the past. The public have been very disliking of her. And, this was a time to let all of that go, let any past hurt go. This is the time for celebration, and not to think about any cruel words or any harsh words. Anybody who wanted to do her wrong or think badly of her. So she let anything negative go. She went into the day with a positive mindset in the Wheel of Fortune, and with her close associates by her. So the actual getting ready, all the actual preparations of what she wore and getting ready, how did that all feel? Two of Cups, and let's have another one for that. Six of Pentacles. Oh, very much, the help, again, the help of these women here, these people who helped her to get her clothes ready, to dress, to, look after her. And I can imagine there was joy in this. It wasn't done in a solemn way. I think that she had very light-hearted energy around her in the people that supported her. Two of Cups, it is an energy of two, but it's union. And I see this as, getting ready for this event. And then the Six of Pentacles, the reciprocity, people helping her, but her being kind back to them. I don't see that she was in any bad mood or any, I'm sure that she was stressed, but she didn't take it out on anyone. That's what I'm seeing. There was stress there, definitely. But the stress, she didn't. Some of us, when we're under stress, we can start sniping and start to be cruel to people around us, because the stress makes us do it. She didn't act like that, and I'm really sort of pleased to see that. So actually, the pomp and circumstance, she's dressed, and the pomp and the circumstance, this wonderful carriage, this ride, the clothes that they're wearing, the adulation of the public, as they're going along in this carriage. How did she feel about that? I think she was overwhelmed by this. This is a woman, I think, who would rather be riding a horse, with her wellies on, walking dogs, mucking out a horse, perhaps, in her garden planting flowers. She is down to earth, and I think to be really, really dressed up in the finest clothes, the finest of the royal jewels, and to be, see such a sea of people around her. These cards sort of tell me that she was overwhelmed by it. The Nine of Pentacles, this is your very confident woman. Look, she has the bird of freedom on her hand here, the hawk, bird of freedom. She's standing in her own wealth, her own power. Well, she is a wealthy woman, but this is royal family wealth. And I think that she felt, I'm not saying an intruder by any means, but I do think that she felt, oh my goodness, I'm just Camilla. I'm just Camilla, and here I am, with all these people, a sea of people, and this amazing, this amazing event. And I think that although it's been coming for a long time, I think she was overwhelmed by it. And this is the card of, but I'm only such and such. I'm not really this person. Because that is just the self. What would you call it? Not putting yourself down, but certainly not thinking you deserve it. A very humble approach. I think the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Seven of Cups here. The Seven of Cups are all your choices. Oh well, I'll wear this, and I'll travel like this, and this, that, and the other. All these choices about different things. Well, she had no choice. Everything I would imagine that she would wear, the jewels, the whole procession, and everything was out of her control. It was, well, it's going to be done this way, to the letter, to the timing. So she was just part of this whole ceremony, and it was all itemized on it, exactly how she would do it. She didn't have much of a choice in any of this. It would be done this way, very traditionally. There were probably a few little choices, but she wasn't at liberty to have any free reign in all of this. It was too important and too structured, very structured. So finally, when they place the crown on her head, I have no idea how much that weighs, but it must weigh a ton. And we're talking about a lady, she's in her 70s, and this massively expensive, priceless crown that must weigh an absolute ton on her head. How did she feel when that crown was placed on her head? That's the time when I turned on my radio and I heard, and Queen Camilla now has the crown placed upon her head. So that's the moment I heard. So come on then. What did she feel about that crown going onto her head? I think the Five of Swords, this is fighting energy, but I don't see that she felt conflicted in any way. But I kind of see it as the world here with the fighting energy, the Five of Swords. This to me sort of says everything that she went through in her mind as that crown was being placed on her head. Everything I went through, all the fighting with the press, all of the fighting with, just the whole situation when Charles and Camilla got together, and all that disruption, all that bad energy, rightly or wrongly, however you look at it, it was fighting, it was disruptive, it wasn't calm energy at all. It's been dealt with, and now it's led to the world. The world is an outcome. It is a culmination of all those steps that you go through, and you get the world in completion. So, this is everything that she and he went through, and now there they are at the top of their world. And I think she's thinking, all of that Five of Swords, all of that fighting energy, it was terrible at the time, but it was worth it. It was worth it because now, we are where we are, and I am where I am, and it was worth all of that unpleasantness. So tell me a little bit more about this crown, because that is the thing that I heard and the thing that has prompted this reading. Tell me about the crown, the lovers. Yeah, I mean, this is your union card. They are together. It's a choice. Her and him, not necessarily lovers as in sexual love, but this is a partnership. You know, they both went through these enormously heavy crowns being put on their head. It was their choice to be together. It was a very unpopular choice at the time, but it was their choice, and they made it work. And they've been a great couple together, as far as I know. And so, you know, it is a union. It is bringing together both of their energies. I don't see anything here that tells me that on the day she was dismissive, or she was you know, I think she was very nervous, extremely nervous. And I think there was an element of, oh my God, I'm just Camilla. What, you know, all these people are here. So I think there was that element. But I see this as a very humble woman. And, you know, people are saying all kinds of things about her health. And I don't see anything here. The only thing that I see about her health is, you know, just being a little bit insecure about, you know, her status in this event, you know. And I think anybody, I think probably King Charles was a bit insecure, because hey, you don't get coronated every day, do you? And it's all new. And it's such a big event. I want one more card just to sum up Camilla's day yesterday. Anything the Gilded Tarot want to show about yesterday? Four of Swords, yeah. I think now she is going to need to recover. The Four of Swords is just like taking yourself away. I think this was such a massive thing for this woman, this very sort of down to earth, as I say, horsey woman, loves her dogs, loves her wellies. I think for her to be such in you know, the public eye, to be wearing such amazing clothes and jewels, for her to be so photographed and such a center point of attention, this will have affected her health in that she's exhausted. I mean, it's totally exhausted her. And this is where I see the health thing. And this is this. I think she's going to need to take at least a week, if not longer, to just rest. Rest now, recover, get over this ordeal, it would have been. But I see nothing bad about her health. I think she was a charming woman on the day, charming to everybody around her. And I think she was dignified, and yeah, God bless her. God bless Camilla. And there you are, Four of Swords. She just needs time to recover. So, you know, I'm not a monarchist. I'm just reading the energy of one woman on that day, just because I felt driven to do it, because of just the way I turned on the radio and that precise moment came up. So I thought, well, I will just hop on today, because I don't think I can avoid the coronation for much longer. Things are going to start happening and I will start seeing clips. And I wanted to do this without seeing anything of it. So there you are. That's my thoughts on Camilla's day yesterday. Let me know what you think, and I'll be back soon with another one. You take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.